Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you. Good to see you, Liz. Thank you for coming on. Carnival Cruise Addicts. I'm one of my faithful members. I appreciate you so much. Either now or in the replay, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and put something in the comment. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that you are watching, and just kind of be a part of the conversation. Just let me know also if I'm kind of like glitchy. On my end, it seems a little glitchy. I don't know if it is on your end. Um, Hopefully, it will clear up if I am. And if you can hear me well, can you hear me okay, Liz? Is is everything okay on that end? So I am so glad to be back from vacation, but I did have a great time, and I just kind of want to just talk about it and let everybody know what I thought about it, how it was, and just answer any questions that anybody may have about it. I know a lot of people, it's not common to go on the Norwegian fjords, but it was something I really wanted to do, and so I just want to just share in my experience regarding the Norwegian fjords. So I'm going to share about that. And so I just want to see how everybody's Monday is. I always like to check in with everybody and see how everybody is doing. Um, hey, Chris, thank you for coming on. And so And also, let me just do like a brief announcement. So I think people do know that I do have a group cruise, and then I'm just going to show that coming up also later on, just like a group cruise, and um, so that people know, just in case I'm almost. So when it comes to some group cruises, every cruise line is different, and so some cruise lines they only give you a certain amount of time to be able to book at a group rate, and some cruise lines are a little bit more lenient in doing so. Some people sometimes they will allow you to just be able to book it later on. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Let's see. How is the if the audio is funky, how is the visual? I was trying something different tonight, and so I think maybe that's what it is. Give me a second. Let me try to fix it. The visual good. It's just the audio that's choppy. So okay. All right. So let me try to a little slow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I guess the Wi-Fi is kind of a little bit glitchy tonight. Um, Give me a second. Let me try to let me see. Mm-mm. Try to do something different, right? Okay. Let me try. All right. I'll be back. Hold on. So the visual is better or the audio is better? The sound is better? Okay. I just kind of changed the audio. The visual is still doing the same thing. I just changed kind of like the Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. Let's try this. Hopefully it'll clear up somehow. Um. Yeah. This never happened to me before, so I'm not sure what's going to happening. Let's see. All right. So, how's everybody's week? So let's start with that. How is everybody's week so far, and then I'll go into some things. Hope everybody's doing okay. So this is the cruise I'm talking about. This is the cruise that I've been advertising. And so, as I was saying, there's some cruise lines when it comes to group cruises, you only have maybe a short duration of time, and then maybe 30 days, 60 days, and then it's done. And so, therefore, when it comes to this cruise, they allowed me to keep the rooms up until maybe around this month. So I'm going to start losing some of my space. So I'm just putting it out there for anybody that still has a desire to come to do this cruise. And this is the information on screen. And so you can email me if you are interested. And so therefore that we could and we'll go from there. And so let us talk about the fjords. Let's catch up. Hopefully the banner's not showing. Is that better? Much better. Okay, let's hear about the fjords. Some technical difficulties here on this Monday. Hopefully, it'll get better. Great ports, which we could go. Okay, so first thing first, let's talk about this trip. And this week I don't have anything for it. I'm going to put it out next week. And so when it comes to next week, I'll start to put out some of the content for Princess. And when it comes to that, first of all, we flew into London. It left from Southampton, and when it left from Southampton, my sister and I decided to do 1 day before. And if you know me, I don't like to fly in the day of a cruise. It's just kind of just I don't know. It's just I don't. I would just be too anxious that I would miss something, miss the cruise by flying in the day of. And so we decided to fly in the day before, and we enjoyed London. We went to the art gallery. I didn't. I think I may have gotten some footage of it, but I think I was just in the moment. So the National Art Gallery, beautiful, beautiful paintings. We got lunch before it. We got dinner after it, and then the next day. And the next day, one of the things I've always wanted to do was I love UNESCO heritage sites. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, hold on. Can you hear me better now? And it seems like the audio, the visual is better too. Okay. I had to switch out some things. Some I was trying to do something else that had multiple USBs. Maybe somehow it was slowing that. You can't see us. Okay. Much better now? Okay. Trying to do something new. Maybe I should have tested it out before. All right. It looks like the visual is moving. I don't see that it's flaky. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulties today. And so, where were we? So we were in London, and so they picked us up. Um, thank you, Liz. And they picked us up. I use International Friends. International Friends is something that I've used before. Last year I did a cruise. It went to on Carnival Legend, and I used International Friends to go from the hotel to the port. And so when I did that, it took us to it took us to Dover Castle, and it also took us to this War of Britain memorial. And so we used this to go to Stonehenge. Love Stonehenge. I really think it changed my sister's mind because a lot of times that I love UNESCO heritage sites. I don't know if anybody else loves it. I don't know if anybody else cares to look into it to see if they want to go to these places. But I feel like if it's on that list, I think it is something that it is worth seeing. There's a reason why it's on that list. And so therefore, I always look to see if there's something that I can go to. And so I was able to go from there to from the hotel. They picked us up, went to Stonehenge, beautiful. It's not just rocks. If you ever get an opportunity, ever get a chance, and that's going to be in my embarkation day video. I'm going to have my journey from my hotel to Stonehenge and going on the ship and all the festivities on the ship, and that will come out sometime next week. And so, and then when it came to the Norwegian fjords, I did a Liz saw it. I did a members only video where I showcased on one of the ports, and it was just beautiful. It's I just love nature. Every port had its own kind of character. Some were small. Some didn't have a lot of people in the town in of itself. I got some people coming in. Hey, cruising complete. Thank you for coming in tonight. Hey, Danny. Thank you for coming on. I'm good to see you. Saying hi, Danny. Everybody saying hi to each other. And so, so we're talking about my trips to the Norwegian fjords. And so, every kind of so when you right away, how to prepare for something like this. So I went to Alaska. So if you're going to the Norwegian fjords, if you're thinking about going to it, think Alaska, right? Make sure that you are dressed properly. You need like make sure you have an umbrella. Make sure I didn't have the coat I had, which I should have had something better, kind of was low on my neck. So I ended up having to do go and get a scarf in Norway. I didn't need gloves. I didn't think it was that cold that I needed gloves, but definitely a all weather coat would do. Maybe if you want long johns, just to be sure that if just in case you run cold a lot, then maybe you could have those as well. And but the character of it is kind of slightly different because you're not going to get glaciers like you are in Alaska. So you have your person that just love the glaciers and to love to see that. But what you are going to get is one adventure, for example, one excursion. We went into these mountains that was so high up; it was ridiculously high, and up there was like a little lodge. And up there with the lodge, it was so great. And then they fed us these Norway waffles with jam and cream and coffee. And then, even though it wasn't snowing on the ground, it was snowing up there, but not treacherously snowing. But so that you could see the snow capped mountains full of waterfalls, beautiful sceneries, mountains and hills. And so we went to four ports out of the seven, and some of the towns did not have a lot of people at all in it. And so, right near the port, there may not have been a lot to see, at the port. And so therefore, like for example, Hagazon was the first town we went to, and the first town we went to was probably to walk into the town if you wanted to was 20 minutes, but there was a shuttle available for a nominal cost. And so we were able to do some few things with the excursion on the town, and then we went further out. And so if you really want to be able to see a lot, I know a lot of people like to do, for example, I was at a specific port and I heard somebody saying to the hop on, hop off people, because there was a hop on, hop off at every port. They have it every port. And so I heard somebody saying, are we going to see the waterfalls on this tour? Like, are we going to? So, in other words, there's some hop and hop offs that just see the town. They're not going to go far out. And so, you really have to know what you want to see when doing this tour. If you just want to kind of like see the people, see the town, and see what the town is about, but if you want to see the mountains, the waterfalls, all these spectacular, beautiful sights, then it would just do, hop on hop off obviously is like the cheapest option that you can do, whether you get it on board or whether you decide to come off the ship and then get it there. That's one of the cheapest options that you could always go to, especially if you have a family. Then maybe it's just okay, let's just do this cheaper option. But if you really want to see something, look at the excursions. And as they always say, we did a combination, my sister and I, of excursions with the ship. So we did two with the ship and two without. And when I tell you that that the tours that were with the ship, we were almost running back to get on the ship. And so, because it was later on in the afternoon, those tours. And so obviously they keep saying, if you book through the ship, they'll wait for you. And the ones that we did not book through the ship, I didn't have no problem. I didn't feel like I was had to rush back. I had time that was available at the end of the port that I could do some shopping, that I can explore the port before I get back on. And so a lot of the morning ones that was booked through the cruise, they were filled up already. And so my sister and I ended up having to do those two. And so we did two through Viator prior to, and then two with the ship. And it was beautiful. It has the character, as I said. If you like Alaska, it may have some character, but it's just different in terms of like everything that you're seeing. I did not see it was too well, the Northern Lights. They said like I wouldn't be able to see the Northern Lights because it was May when I did go, but it was just a beautiful cruise. And I experienced. They upgraded me when I got in the ship for free. I was surprised that they upgraded me, so had the opportunity to be able to see some of these things right from my balcony. Initially, I thought it was too cold, and there were some days that was really cold, especially when the ship was moving, and so I had to end up just getting like a blanket or something of that nature so that I could go and just see it. And then my sister came in my room, and she was able to just enjoy it as well. And so we really enjoyed it. And so if you have any questions about it, anything that you would want to know about it, just ask. Liz, interesting. Hey Shay, thank you for coming through. Hey there, Paul. Hey Keisha, thank you for coming through. And so really tried to capture as much as possible. And so I did my usual. I did do a ship tour, and I did like how Liz did it. I did do a ship tour. I just did it with music. I did my room tour. I did vlogs of each port as well and what I did. There was one port in particular. The last port I went to was called Stavanger. Beautiful port, several shops, hotels, literally like a place that I think that I could go back to. Like if I said, oh, I want to go somewhere different, it would be a place that is really like for a perfect tourist spot for you to go, because everything is right there, and in walking distance you could just kind of just explore the town. And so I just enjoyed this cruise. My sister and I wish I wish my sister could have come on here so that we could kind of share our experiences as well. Maybe I could get her another time, but I did get her a little bit in the video, not too much in the video, but I was able to get her in some of the video. We were saying hi to each other. Dee-dee-dee. She's saying hi to Liz. Yeah, so go check so when you get a chance, go check that out. I will, as I said, I will be doing that next week. And so, what was the thing? What were some of the tours that we did? So one tour, the last tour we did in Stavanger, for example, that was a underwater tour, and so I loved it. It was able to. So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer land tours only? Have you ever done? Some people feel like if you're on a cruise, then to get on another boat to do another tour. Have you done a catamaran tour, for example, like of an area? What do you prefer? Do you like to do some sea tours, or you just like pure land? Let me know in the comments. So we did this because there was supposed to be some areas that was so beautiful to see that you had to do it by sea. And I'm glad that we did it because it was more than an hour, and the views, the pictures I took of these amazing places. I'm so glad that I did it. Other times, as I said, that one port we went through the areas, we went through these mountain tops, and we was able to stay up top there on in this cabin and just enjoy the views, and just I took some pictures. I have so many pictures. I think I just want to. I'm probably going to share it with when I get it together. I'm probably going to do a collage and share it with the members because I think I've done collages of pictures in the past, and I felt like it's was probably not too interesting to general public. It probably didn't get a lot of views. So I'm going to probably just do a collage of some of these areas that I did. Maybe do a video and then do a collage afterwards and just kind of share because I feel like we take so many pictures sometimes and then it kind of goes to waste. But if it's beautiful, I feel like it shouldn't just be something that you would just keep to yourself. I think it should be something that you share or as well. Just share it. And so I think I want to just be able to share those pictures as well as some of the videos. And Princess, I love Princess. The experience of Princess is. Has anybody done Princess? I feel like when I talk about Princess, a lot of people haven't done Princess. Have you tried it? Will you try it? Let me know in the comments because I like Princess. I know I haven't done Celebrity yet, and maybe Celebrity will change my mind in terms of a premium brand of cruising experience. But I do like it, and so I always will like prefer it right now until I try something different that I feel like we've done a sea tour. It's okay. Okay, what kind of sea tour have you done though? Is it like a catamaran or because I just did that video with NASA and I did a sea tour. And I feel like sometimes a sea tour can just give you a different perspective than you can do on land, in terms of views and what you can see. Um, and it's open. So usually you're open, so you're not hidden in a van and just looking through a window. And so it's just open for you to see all these beautiful views. And so, what sea tour did you do that was just okay to you? Like, what port was it, or where did you go? I'm going on a boat to get on a boat. Haha. Yeah, some people they don't want to do that. Like they're on a cruise and then have to get on another boat for another tour. So some people just don't want to do that. And so I think I don't know, one of my relatives, I know it's one of my sisters talked about that. So they just rather, if anything, they would do a land tour. They don't want to have to, you know, they've just been sailing for how long? You have sea days, all this stuff, and then you're gonna get another boat to do something else. Saying hi to each other. Yeah. Oh, you want to say? Oh, yeah. Okay. Never tried Princess. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna do a collage, and I may be in it, some of the pictures, and so I'm gonna do a collage so people can actually see the beauty of it in still form, and or obviously, you'll be able to see it also in the videos when I do these vlogs as well. Um, I like Keisha says I like to experience everything, even a boat ship to a boat tender to a boat catamaran. I saw somebody. Oh my God, well, I can't remember his name, but he did a catamaran. Um, Man, he did a like it was a lobster and champagne catamaran, and so like this next level. So I'm not sure with that. Is it really about the so much what you're seeing, or is it just about the experience on the catamaran itself? And so, yeah, I think I'm going to just say one day, why do I like Princess so much? I think it has so much of catamaran. Mostly, I forget where. Maybe St. John. Okay, St. John. Okay, cool. but I like bus van tours too. Okay. Now, when you do bus van tours, I'm interested. Like some people, they don't want anything long. So if it's like if you're in a port for 8 hours, you don't want to be like in a van tour for 5 hours, for example. Or do you want that because you feel that it's like it's gonna show you a lot of things in one time, in one sitting? You know, you're like, oh my gosh, if it's 5 hours, you know you're gonna see a lot of things. Or do you kind of want to like be able to get a little bit or a little taste of what you're seeing or what the place you're going to? I feel like I think it really depends. I think there's sometimes like for example, I initially do want to go. I do want to go like to Italy, and some of those tours I looked at were long. First of all, they import long, and some of the tours are long. But then I can understand because certain places have so much history, right? Then there's so much to see. These tours, none of these tours I took were long because I said the towns itself were small, so I would say maybe one was maybe verging on 5 hours, and I think that was the one because that went far out from the town. I think it was 3 to 5, somewhere there, but it was definitely over four. It went far out from the town and finally came back, and but I felt like we got a lot out of it in terms of what we saw and the places that we went to see. When I tell you the weather, as I said, you need to pack your umbrella when you go into places like this, just like Alaska, because there's probably one port it did not rain, so it was like, and it wasn't heavy rain, was drizzling. But I said to a relative of mine that you can't let don't let weather or just because it's not hot. I know a lot of people love Caribbean cruises. Don't let your desire just to be in hot weather allow you to miss out on these experiences. For example, I would love to do Iceland. I don't know if anybody likes to do Iceland. Maybe I'm just weird in this community and just like to do some of these places. But I would love to see the Northern Lights one day. And I heard Iceland is beautiful. I know a coworker that has gone there. He's loved it. And so I would love to do Iceland, whether I do Iceland by itself. I would love to do Greenland. I know there's cruises that do Greenland and Iceland. And so it is not going to be the Caribbean type of warm, hot weather. But I guess because I'm from New York, I'm so used to different types of climate that I just already have the gear to be able to should address appropriately so I can enjoy what this world has. I can enjoy the warm, I can enjoy the cold because then I'm enjoying the scenery and everything of that nature. Never done Princess either. Never done Princess. Okay. And so is there a reason I know people have their favorites. So is there a reason why people haven't done Princess? I know sometimes there is some stigma when it comes to certain cruise lines, in terms of age demographics. Maybe people don't feel like it's going to be fun, and so I know that people who have the like the casino, they don't they deals, they may not want to jump ship and go to something else. So let me know, is there a reason why maybe people have not done Princess or haven't? If you have not tried it, are you willing to try it, or there's a reason maybe why you have not tried it? Hey, Scott, I got you this time. You didn't. You. I didn't confuse you. Thank you for coming through, Scott. Um, everybody's saying hi to Scott. Bus tours, okay, as long as there aren't like 900 stops. Okay, I hate getting on and off the bus with a million people. A van may be better. So the tours, every tour I was on for this cruise was a big bus. Um, Yeah, so and but I like the fact these buses, I like these tour buses in Europe. I don't always see it. They have entrances in the front and in like the back. So you don't always have to wait to go all the way to the front because everybody's trying to get off. So they'll open up the back one closer to the back, and I stayed closer to the back, and so you have entrances to the back and entrance to the front. And I thought that's a great idea. I think more places, especially in the Caribbean, they need to have things like that. So when they have those big tour buses, then you don't have to feel like you're all the way in the back and you're waiting for everybody to come off, and people are slow in coming off the ship. So I think that's what it is. Have to Keisha. Hey Edna, thank you for coming through. Usually bus tours I've done included tour, beach, and lunch, then shopping. I love those type of bus tours as well. I love bus tours. I don't see the bus tours we didn't include. Well, I didn't have anything. I don't know if I saw anything. Remember, it's so different from like from what you would get from the Caribbean. Like these were specifically going to different places for these were specifically just going to places to show you what they have. They would maybe stop by stores so that maybe you could get some items. Like for example, we were on one tour, August on, and the person was giving out chocolate to try. When I tell you, they've said it before, and I've seen it in Instagram posts. When you look at the ingredients for what's in the food over there, just the chocolate alone, just like something as simple as that, and you compare it to what's over here, you can read the ingredients. You could kind of know, okay, this is what it is. So many fillers in American food is just crazy. I got a Cadbury from London, and I had a Cadbury I gotten from here, and I compared the two. Fruit and nut, that chocolate, and so I compared the two, and it's like, why is it different? And it's so true that like they a lot of the stuff that they put in this food, they allow in the food over here, they just allow over there. And so I didn't see anything of like obviously no beach, so that's different environment. But I didn't see anything. They gave me like the waffle thing, which was a surprise. When we went into the lodge and they kind of fed us, and that was a surprise. We did also have another stop um, where in another town in another port, and that tour took us where we had some things to eat too, but I don't remember it necessarily being in it, so it was a surprise to me. Maybe I didn't read the fine print, and so but I do like to sometimes eat food of where I'm going. A different experience. What is this? I like to have that. Especially the Caribbean is the best place for it. Then I'll be able to have some really good food from the island that I'm going to. So yeah, so I do like those kind of tours definitely. I do not like the full size bus tours. Okay, so you like Chris, you like the vans much better. Do you feel that vans can be a little cramped though sometimes? You never been in a van and I've been in a smaller thing and my legs was like right next to the seat. That's the only issue I have with some of them. Not all of them, but I've been in some that were uncomfortable and I was just waiting for my next stop. And so that's the only issue and so I was comfortable with these big buses, nice seats and well ventilated, and sometimes, especially, you talk about the Caribbean. Sometimes you go to the Caribbean, it's smaller vans, and then it's not the most comfortable, and if it's packed, like my leg may be in the aisle and all that stuff like that. So that's the only issue I have maybe about smaller vans. When it comes to that, like, am I going to be comfortable? So if it's a long tour, for example, it's going to be like uncomfortable, and so I'm like, and so hopefully those are the tours that if it's going to be small, that it gives me more opportunities to get out of the van. Chris likes the short bus. He likes the short bus. In this world, good evening. Everybody saying hi to Edna. Um, Same with catamaran. You're included shopping, then beach and meal. I've never did a catamaran that did shopping. Um, and beach. It's just usually been I've been on a catamaran. They would take you out. Whether it be like a rum punch catamaran or whatever it is. Like sometimes, like, but I've never had it where it included like a beach. Maybe sometimes they'd have some light refreshments, but not like a real meal on there. I haven't done it. Like I said, that the person had this lobster and catamaran tour. Everybody saying hi. Don't Juneau, Alaska is amazing. I love Juneau. I love Alaska in general. I would do that. I'm trying to encourage somebody not only to go to do Alaska, but also to do the cruise tours. Has anybody done the cruise tours? I know people have done Alaska, but the cruise tours mean that you would go like maybe depending on the cruise line, maybe 3 or 4 days beforehand or after the cruise. And so it may do some different ports like Sitka, which I've never done. And so you get to experience inland of Alaska, maybe Anchorage and different places, and they'll take you around and they'll just transport you from different places. Some cruise line has lodges, and so I would love to do that. If I'm going to do Alaska again, I would love to do that experience with the cruise tours, and either after or before, and then finish it off, and then just be able to have a different experience of Alaska. I went May last time. When did everybody go? Did you feel like because I know if you go with Alaska, for example, in the summer, it may be a little bit more expensive. That is summertime. If you did go in the summer, did you feel like you saw less glaciers? You didn't see like the snow um on the mountains, or what was it? Did you feel like you missed out if you went later in the year than sometime when it was colder? Um, I want it all a bit more pricey, but it gives broader experience. Miss Edna, everybody saying hi to each other. Nice, nice. Paul like big buses and he cannot lie. Buses, 100 seat a minimum. I mean, I can go. I could. I like, well, sometimes you just don't know. Also, that's the one thing. Unless you look at the reviews, sometimes you don't know what you're getting onto unless you look at the reviews, or maybe there's a picture of the bus. Because I'll get off of the port and all of a sudden it's like a van, or I'll get off the port and it's like this big bus, and there's like, okay, and but I feel like when I went on that cruise, last year, and I went to Scotland and I went to all these different places, those crew tours were long, and so I think you need something comfortable in those places. Like it was far to get away from the port, and so if it was like in a small van, I would feel like probably claustrophobic after a while. It was like, so it was good to be able to be on a big comfortable bus, 5 hour tours going different places. There's time in between the places that you were going to. So I feel like it definitely is a benefit, and so I guess maybe I should do a poll of that. Do you like big buses? Do you like small vans? Do you like small groups or big groups? When it comes to cruising, um, I'm uh, I'm only 6 feet. I mean, how tall is everybody? Um, How tall is everybody? I'm only 6 feet. I'm not like I'm 6'1", 6'2", or anything like that. But I think even though I'm 6 feet, some people can have like a short torso or a long torso and short legs, whatever. I feel like I have issues sometimes going to certain places. Broadway can be killer for me, like with those seats, because my knees right up against some of those seats in some of the theaters, and so yeah, so I need to be comfortable, and then even the seat itself, if it's going to be uncomfortable with my back or something like that. So how tall is everybody? I don't know. I guess when I see you in something, in a or on a cruise or something, then I'll be able to like know. I've done a 3 hour tour, but that probably not what you're talking about. 3 hour tour. um 4'9". 4'9". Okay. Okay, 4'9". So you're fine with the Vans. It won't give you an issue with your knees or anything, Danny. You project yourself as a 7 footer. 7 footer? No. Uh, 5'1", and Chris is saying, "Oh, really? Okay, okay. I have to see you one day in person. That's gonna happen, though. It is. We're gonna make that happen. My last cruise with the catamaran had big tour bus for shopping and beach transportation. Oh wow! I've never done that. I've never done like a tour just for shopping and beach. But like the beach ones I've done was smaller vans. Like I remember, where was that? Oh, that was a beautiful one too. What island was that? I like those ones. It takes you and then drops you off at the beach for like a few hours. I remember one time I was in St. John, and then we went to Maggins Bay, and it was a smaller van. We went to Tortola, also a smaller van. But I felt like it wasn't like hours upon hours, because some of those islands are very small. So it wasn't hours and hours, and we were getting out like several times, and then we was able to stay at Magens Bay Beach for a while. Beautiful beach. If you've ever been to if you went to St. Thomas, sorry, if you went to St. Thomas, man, make sure you go to Magens Bay Beach. I'm sure there's other beaches, but that's the beach I went to, and that was beautiful. 5'7", all right, all right, getting up there, 5'7". Girl can dream. I'm short and I cannot lie. I think Edna, if she's on here, I think Edna seems tall. I don't know how tall she is, but Edna seems tall. Um, and so that is my preference when it comes to tours. I don't necessarily I well what I look at is what I want to do. So it's not necessarily like I look at sometimes I look at the reviews and to see like if the tour is good, and sometimes somebody will mention, okay, oh, I don't know if y'all look at reviews. Reviews are important. Now you have to look at it in terms of um yeah. Yeah, I figured she looks tall. Really, Scott. And sometimes 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 you have to look at these reviews for some of these tours. Just don't go blind. After you look at it and it looks good, just don't look at price. Like so it's so important. Okay, so I know sometimes you want to go to the cheaper option, but you don't want to go to the cheaper option is not giving you what you want. I said earlier, this person was asking if this tour included the falls, the waterfalls and things of that nature. You don't want to go on a tour just because it's a cheaper option and it did not give you what you were expecting. And so some tours explain specifically what they give you, and some people are still surprised that of what it is. And so I don't always look at every review. I just look at it in terms of like maybe their filter in terms of what they think about it. But after I look at the price, what am I getting for the price? So I think that's a great tip. So we're doing tips today. So what am I getting for the price? Right? What am I getting for the price? Is this good enough for the price? If I'm willing to go independent and not on the cruise ship, can I find something comparable or even less, but I get more out of it? When I did that Nassau cruise last week, the thing about it, what I did was I made sure that it was an early morning, and even for when I was on this Princess cruise, we did early tours for us, for the ones that we booked outside of the ship, and so we knew that we would have enough time. God forbid something would happen, we would know we'd have enough time. And I like the fact that they have tour operators that know that they're picking you up from a cruise ship, and they're cognizant of the time, and they're like saying, okay, we're going to get you back. There was one tour operator I remember specifically saying, we are going to get you back on time. And then that kind of made me feel um, at peace that they were going to get me back on time, even though. And so just don't look at price and lose out on something you really want to do. That's why as soon as you book your cruise, start looking at these excursions. As I said, if you book it through the cruise ship, some of them may book out really quickly, especially if the cruise is going to be packed. Start looking at excursions. Start looking to see what are the best things in these ports to do. If sometimes I'll do like a best of, very easy, right? So if there's like a best of wherever, Antigua, best of Anguilla, best of whatever, and then even though if there's more than one best of, and then I'm looking at, okay, what is the difference between the two? What is each one offering? What is one offering more than the other? Is it similar? Why, and if it's similar, then maybe I'll go with the cheaper option if I feel like they're really giving me the same thing. But if somebody's giving me a little added value, then maybe I would go with that. And so just don't just look at the price. Just give yourself time to plan for these things. We do these vacations and we go to these countries, especially for the first time, and we don't want to miss out on being able to see something that is great and awesome, because now we're looking at the cost of the excursion. And so that's the reason why last year when I went on that cruise to Scotland and stuff like that, I did a lot of them. Almost all of them except for one was outside of the cruise ship because it was so expensive. And I could have missed out and said like, oh, I didn't want to, it's too expensive. Let me go for the cheapest route. And I would have did the cheapest option, and then it would have been the cheapest option just to say that I did something. but it wouldn't have been the thing that I really wanted to do. And so don't miss out just because, just start planning. As soon as you I feel like as soon as you start booking, just start looking at excursions as well. If you know you put that down payment and you know for sure that you're not going to cancel, just start looking at down payments, start looking at excursions, and look and see like, oh, that's a cheap one. Maybe I could book that right away. And that's a cheap one. Maybe I could book that right away. So in between, maybe I'm putting down the money for the rest of your cruise. Start picking out stuff, and then if it's something where you feel like those are too expensive, I may just have to like really look and outside of it and see if I can get a cheaper option. Then do that, because I never felt like I've missed out on something because I felt like I didn't want to do something. I was an ulterior. Now, if it was something where it's like I really want to do this and it was booked out, then I'd go for second best. That's different. But don't choose something just only because it's the cheapest option, because it may not be the best option. The cheapest option is not always the best option. And so I've been to places, and I'm glad that I did the tours that I did, because I felt like they gave me I felt like I had got my money's worth. I really did. Like in this cruise that I just came off of from Princess, I felt like I got my money's worth. And I'm hopingly when you see the vlogs, you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of just what I'm seeing, the experience, and I just thought I loved it. And once again, obviously we do these as YouTubers. We try to capture as much as we can, but to be able to see it with the visual eye is just astounding. And I'm hoping that you can at least be able to see some of it, and capture it. And that's why I want to do, like, for the members, at least some pictures as well. So maybe you could kind of capture it in a different angle or different, because I was clicking away as well. Just capture it in a different way that you have not seen it, even from the vlog. So for those individuals who are members, you're going to be able to get something different than just also seeing the video. 5.6 on the license. Okay, all right, not too bad. Scott, we gonna see. We gonna see one day. We gonna see each other. Um, Hilarious. Don't look at the price. 5.8. If I stand on my step ladder I have in the house to grab items on the top shelf. Oh, Scott. Mm-hmm. If he if he stands on the step ladder. Good evening. Hey, thank you so much for coming on, Ella. Let me see. Yes, reviews and from different platforms. Very important. Know what you're getting into. Exactly. Know what you're getting into when it comes to these tours. Um, yeah, know what you're getting into when it comes to these tours, because you don't want to go surprised. And then I even looked at a tour, and well, it was kind of canceled anyway. And so that was a perfect example. If anybody saw that video, I was in Bimini, and I was on Bimini with my friend, and the tour was canceled, right? And so that's why I love this YouTube community, because we get to learn from each other while we watch each other's videos. And the tour was canceled because it was a tram tour. The tram was not able, the tram broke down. So, but I never saw anybody say, you could just take a cab and go into town, and it was like really reasonable. And so, but the same things I did with the cab, it was all the items was on the tram. So it was just like, so therefore, sometimes it's the convenience. Like sometimes you're paying for the convenience that you don't have to do. You're getting picked up, you're driving around. But that cab driver, and I think I still have his number as a WhatsApp. So if I ever go back to Bimini, I'll try to hit him up. That cab driver, and I think Scott had an experience with somebody in Bimini that they have their number as well. That cab driver, he said, let me know when you're ready to get picked up. When we were ready and we saw all the things that was on our tour anyway, that we now was able to see because they reimbursed us. And so sometimes it's just good to be able to do just a little research. Some things you can do on your own, some things you're not going to be able to do on your own. But if you can do it on your own, you're mobile and you can, then do that. There's some things that I'll do on my own. There's some things like maybe I want to see museums. I want to do something. I don't always book a tour for everything, especially if it's somewhere that I've been. Like one time, I remember I went to Nassau, and I had a list of places. I had museums. There was an art gallery that I walked to. There was the Pirate Museum that I hadn't gone to before, so I went to the Pirate Museum. Then obviously the shopping, and so there are some times where if you do your due diligence and not and I'm just a planner like that. So I would put a spreadsheet together. I would have the address of the place and how far the minutes are from the port. Is it 12 minutes walking? Is it 10 minutes walking? Is it 5 minutes walking? And so therefore then explore on your own, obviously, as long as you know it's a safe place to do so. Because even some places like Nassau over the years, they say sometimes it's kind of got, it's not as safe as it used to be. And so as long as you know like it's safe, then and you feel like you're willing to explore on your own, just do that. And you could just save some money. Maybe some museums may be free, or if it's not free, then it may be a little, is not expensive. And so just be able to just have these moments and these options where you can do things. This tour definitely, as I said, when it came to this cruise, this Norwegian Fjords, nothing was really, except for Stavanger, nothing was really at the port. Everything was far away from the port. And even at Stavanger, because it had, places to shop and food to eat, it really didn't have the sights. It was a town that it was a touristy place that you could come and see, but you needed to go away from the town. And so if you just you couldn't walk to the places. When I was on that tour on this underwater, it was like you couldn't walk to those places. If you drove, it would have took hours, because it was like maybe a 3 hour tour or so. And in that, I saw so much that if you had to drive it, it would be like hours upon hours. So I think just definitely do your research. You don't want to miss out. I don't want anybody to miss out. Come back from a crew from somewhere and say, man, I didn't get to do that, or I thought this tour was going to go there and it didn't go there, and stuff like that. And people are saying hi. Most of them have free cancellations. Yeah, so yeah, so if they have a tour, and then they'll, if you do a tour, for example, where you book it outside of the cruise line, just see when they have the cancellation, and see how flexible the cancellation is. Some may have a cancellation up to the day before. So see when the cancellation is, so that and say you change your mind or what have you. Say, for example, you go on a cruise ship and then all of a sudden they change the itinerary, and they're not going to go to some of the ports anymore. Then it's like, okay, then email them or what have you. Or if you have the Wi-Fi, you can do a WhatsApp, or if you have like Wi-Fi calling, something of that nature, where you could reach out to them and say like, I have to cancel, and so that you can get your money back. And so don't feel like you're just tied to what the ship has all the time. Scott is a crazy man. Thank you, Linda, for that point. Scott is a crazy man, but we love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Convenience is very important. Convenience is very important, yes. And so with convenience is okay. It's almost an hour already. Wow. Convenience is very important, but sometimes you paying for convenience, but you may be overpaying just for convenience, right? Can anybody agree with that? And so it's almost that time. And so let us know. So we always have this portion called "In Case You Missed It." And so "In Case You Missed It" is just saying, what have you put out in this last week? Oh my gosh, there's so much content I try to catch up with, especially when I'm away. So what have you put out in the last week that you want us to know, that you want us to watch, in case you missed it? And so I haven't, I kind of skipped a week. I was away. And so I did put out this Nassau video. Is Nassau, Bahamas overrated? And so I wanted to do that title because of the fact that, hey, Zach, thank you for coming through. Carnival Cruise Addicts is posting different people's videos. We have this segment, Zach, called "In Case You Missed It." And so we can go and support people's videos in case we missed somebody's videos that we did not see. And so we can support their channel. And if you're not a subscriber, also subscribe and also support and watch their videos as well. Zach has been putting out some food reviews. I love it. In area where he is in Texas, and so I just love that. And so yeah, so we're just going to support each other. So just in case you miss Shay, did I see Shay's latest video? I have to see if I saw Shay's latest video. Then I put out a Kimpton. So I stayed in for Norwegian Aqua. I know it's late in terms of me putting out this video, but I stayed in the Kimpton Epic in Miami just before Norwegian Aqua, and then I put out a video for that. And so I'm going to be putting out some hotel review videos. Why do I do hotel reviews? Um, the way that I do it. And then there's going to be another two hotels this week. The reason why, and I think I said it before, is like when I started this channel, one of the things I I felt like I was looking for hotels and I couldn't find it. I could find the brand of hotel. I could find it says a Marriott, but it was not the specific Marriott I was looking for. And so therefore, this is the reason why, I know it's not going to always get like a million views. But I want to be able to have a resource that if somebody is looking for it, to kind of what to expect. What is the room going to look like? You can't see everything from that picture. So I want a visual with a video of what does the room look like, and sometimes I'll offer tips of like, do they offer breakfast? And is there anything else like the Kimpton Epic video, for example? They had some things that they had during the day, complimentary items that I was able to let people know that about it. Sorry, fell down an Instagram rabbit hole. What is going on, Scott? Paul's last video. Thank you, Liz. Edna's last video. And so look at Liz mod. Did I miss anyone? Did Liz miss anybody? Anybody had a video that you want her to reference, so we can go and watch it. I have to see Shay's. I'm not sure about if I've seen Shay's. I'm gonna have to go back and see what Shay's last video is this week. So this week is going to be two videos. I am going to do a video for Rio, London. That was it was not a huge room, but I like the room. And so if you're going to London, and it was central, I love a centrally located area. She's putting Keisha's video. Um, Zach is at 950. I think when I saw his live, I think Zach was at 957 or somewhere there. He's almost at 1,000. So if you have not subscribed to Coco Culture, go check him out, and subscribe. Watch his videos. Um, he talks about he does food reviews, deals with gaming, he does with he went to I think it was Epic. You went to Epic, Universal, Epic, so he does like different types of reviews. So, and he's a family man, he's a teacher, he does lives as well. So have you had just Danny got 1,000? Congratulations, Danny, and your 1K. I know how it is to do 1K. It's just like such a blast. It's just, that pivotal point where you finally get to that 1K. Um, you know, so congratulations, Danny. And she made that this week on Liz's live. That was phenomenal. And so let's try to get people there to 1K as much as possible. And so those are my videos. So I just want to be able to share those videos with people, because you never know. Somebody may be going like, oh, let me look at Paul's channel, because I think he did some places in Miami. I think eventually I am going to do like a playlist of like Miami hotels, maybe Fort Lauderdale hotels. I'm just gonna do like a playlist of different hotels, so people, if as a reference, so if people do want to go check out a hotel, there's a common theme sometimes when I look at some people on Facebook. They say, what hotel is good the day before the cruise, or what, and so some hotels they may have like a shuttle directly going to the cruise terminal. Like some I have been stayed at a hotel that did that. And so just it's just good to know, like the more you know, the better it is. um how much are you, Zach? You still on here? How much you at right now? Hey, two Parkers, one world. Thank you for coming on. She did a live without me. Who did a live without you? Liz did a live without you? Uh, you're welcome, Zach. You're seeing live. Parker's latest videos. Two Parkers, one world. Okay, cool. Anybody else before we go off? I had some technical difficulties. I think I know what the problem was. Um, so crazy. I just was trying to try something different, and it's just I don't know. It wasn't working. I don't know why. I think I know what the problem is. As soon as I plugged it out and put this stuff in, I don't know if it has some type of software in it or whatever, but it was just really for. So I apologize for the technical difficulties if you're here from the beginning. I'm so glad that it did clear up, and I so appreciate you for coming on these Mondays. Thank you for engaging with me and supporting each other the way that you do. Um, Zach is at 9:57. He's at 9:57. So if you have not went over to Coca Culture or if subscribe to any of these people on here, let's support each other and support each other's channel. Great content for everybody. And I love the fact that we get to share in each other's world. You get to see our world. Some people have memberships. Some people don't. I know Carnival Cruise Isaac has memberships, and so you get to just see another side of them. I have memberships. You get to see another side of me as well. I've done some videos with my family, so I want to be able to do some things with. I want to be able to do some things with my family, so you could just get to see another side, not just me being on a cruise ship. This month is my birthday. So my birthday is on the 30th. It's going to be on the Monday. I'm going to try to see if I can do a live or a quick live or something. So it may not be specifically, and the time there's a time difference in Jamaica. I'm not sure if they're an hour ahead because they don't do the daylight savings time, so they stay one time. I did look it up, so there is a time difference, and so I'm going to be in Jamaica, and I would love to share that experience and as well. So I may just do like a short live and anything, or maybe it may be just a different time. So maybe just look out for it. But I will be back here next week. Is an hour past already, and so thank you. I'm gonna go through these live. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. The USB port. It was a multi USB port, and it was new. I literally just got it, and I was trying it out, and I think that's what was causing the issue. And so I went back to the one I had before, and it seemed like as soon as I put it in, it cleared up. Um, Parker's on the go from our second channel. Oh, two Parkers in one world, two channels. Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. I was like, no, two Parkers, one world. Okay, I think I did remember that you said that you had another channel on your live one time. That's right. Okay, cool. Yes, I have memberships too. So anybody wants to join, you can do that as well. Thanks, Liz. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Because as I said, I went on the ship and I did a live, and of course, sometimes on the ship the video is a little flaky, but when I just want to share it in that moment. I didn't want to have to wait for a vlog. And so for some of those moments, if I can, I'll just go live, share it to members. Because if I share it, especially if it's a vertical video and I'm doing it straight to YouTube, it's madness. You get all kind of people just kind of chiming in, saying crazy stuff. And so I just did it to members straight, and then I was able to share and we would talk, and I was just being able to be in the moment, and it was just such a beautiful scenery. And I was like, I have to share this right now. I was on my balcony, and I just decided, let me just go live, and whoever could, and obviously then if not, then it would be in the replay. And so yeah, happy almost birthday. Thank you so much. I'll be back here. Let me see how many weeks you got some time with me. I will be back here up until then, so 2 more weeks, and then that I may even have a surprise guest. If anybody enjoyed the MSC cruise video with Michael Cepeda, let me know. Like, I want to do more videos like that. Chris's birthday is 6/23. Oh yeah, we're on the same sign. Yes, we're the same sign. You better go live on your birthday. See, my birthday, I'm having dinner, I think it's at 5:30 or 6. But as I said, I can't remember if the time difference is an hour ahead or an hour back. So if it's 5:30, it may be already 6:30, or would it be 4:30 this time? So I may go live, but definitely uh 40 this Thursday. Oh, Zach, oh, happy birthday when it comes. Oh, that's great. You doing anything special for it? Are you doing anything special? You going anywhere? Are you gonna come live? So I think I'm going to do it, but it may not be is an hour behind. So if I'm doing 5:30, um, then it's already 6:30. So it's already past the time. So I may do like maybe when I'm in my room just getting ready to go. So it's going to be early. So it's not going to be the set time. So if anything, I could probably just do a video premiering that I'm going to be earlier than usual, and something like that. So that I could but it won't be like 6 o'clock because we'll be already like the festivities and stuff, and maybe do a little another live because this particular place they have is a Rio, and they have, I don't know if you ever been to a Rio, they have Rio parties, and so with Rio parties it's like really live. And so I learned this week that the Rio party is not necessarily on the premises, it's at another hotel. And so maybe I capture that as well. Like I'm really yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I literally just bought the excursions, so everybody has to pay me back. So we're doing an excursion. I'm getting there the 26th. We're doing an excursion the 28th together. Whoever wanted to go, do an excursion, some shopping. We're gonna go get some jerk chicken at this place called Scotchy's. If you ever been to Jamaica, you ever heard of this place called Scotchy's? There's like two of them. And then after that, just chill, just relax, whatever. I don't want it to be all about me. Obviously it's my birthday, but I'm not the type of person that every day has to be something, that I'm planning. It's everybody's vacation as well. Go relax, do your thing. I just really want to at least do one thing together, and obviously on the resort, whoever's there will be able to get to do things together and engage in the festivities while we're there as well, with the shows. Maybe whoever wants to do pool, cardio, pool aerobics, whatever. We get to do all that stuff. So I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, this is my birthday, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this every day, we're gonna, nobody gets to do anything they want because it's just all about me. No, I'm just doing to do the dinner. That night we're gonna do white. I'm probably gonna have a different color for the top, kind of little stand out at least. And I'm horrible with white anyway. I don't know. Is anybody horrible with white? I am horrible with white. I could be the most careful, and all of a sudden there will be a flick of food that will come on my shirt or my pants or something. Just horrible. And so I'm probably gonna do just a different top and so I think it's gonna be a good time. It's been a long time coming. I've been planning this for like I think from last year, just getting people on board and seeing who's interested, sharing it with people. So yeah, so maybe a pre-dinner live, yeah, just before I go downstairs. And we could probably do that. We love for our epic trip on Wednesday. I'll be in the park on my birthday, might do a live there, we'll see. Oh, that's nice. Epic, epic. Yes, I want to go do epic for my birthday next year. So I'll be in Florida, and so I would like to do epic next year for my birthday. So I'm planning to be that anyway. So I haven't booked anything, but I'm looking to do it. Do it, Zach. Yeah, do it. Go live. Yes. Cool, Zach. So thank you so much. I dealt with I'm at the end. It's over an hour already. I had some technical difficulties. I think I know what the issue is, so we don't have to go through that again. And thank you so much for coming. I'll be in Epic July 25th. Okay, I really want to do Epic. I've done the Universal, the other two theme parks. I live in Adventure and whatever the other one is, and so I want to do Epic, and maybe by then it won't be as crazy when next year since everybody got it out their system. So thank you for coming again. I will see you next week. Next week, Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go check out everybody's channel and support each other. Thank you for coming. And until next time, what I always say, happy travels.